going to do a take two. In 3, 2, 1. Alright, here it is, the Barbatos inner frame, fully painted in Titan's Blue 1, which is basically a very, very nice sheen of charcoal gray, or dark gray, or charcoal, I don't know how you want to call it. But it is an excellent paint, and I am going to praise it until something else comes out better. We'll discuss about the Titan's Blue one in a future video. I just had an idea, but I'll talk about it another time. But here it is, of course. I painted the whole kit, as you can see here, all the way around. I removed the masking tape and bent the legs so I can paint the inside. So those are good. So I have everything covered to a point, to a degree of what I think is required. I also painted all the other charcoal parts, like, you know, this part here, and this part that goes in the back. I removed it because I needed to spray paint the inside of it. I did not know how much, because I had some of the parts on it, and I said, let me remove it and paint it all, you know, entirely. I didn't want to, like, accidentally miss something, you know. So, oh man, I forgot this part. Let me take care of that. But sure enough, I made sure I got everything. I don't think I missed anything. I had a double and triple and quadruple check, especially the whites, the off-whites, the blue, the red, and the yellow. Well, you guys saw how I did with the yellow. That was pretty good on that one. But now it's going to be the next tone, which would be another color tone that I'll be applying on this kit. So the second layer of the primary layer. Most importantly, areas that are going to be exposed on this kit. For example, let me just get my pointer here. I had it here a minute ago. I'll use this one for now. We have the detail here in the inside of the elbow. The umbilicals on the forearm and under the arm. This two parts right here, I'm going to remove and mask it off, and then paint that. This here, these two parts here, will also be removed. This whole section here, because there's these two little neck parts that needs to be painted. This back part here, where there's the vents, painted as well. You could barely see anything here, that's because everything is all covered up, so I don't need to really paint any of those on the waist unit. And let me just double check the manual. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that are showing under here, so I don't know how much of this is going to be exposed, but we'll flush it out from there and see how far this will go. So far, like, stuff in the front you can barely see. I know, like, there's some parts here that I may end up painting, but if you go in the back, this is where the meat and potatoes are for the back area. You do have this part here that needs to be painted, but it's going to be covered up with the armor, but you never know. Just double check on that. This and unfortunately the manual only shows the front of the kit. It doesn't show the back. I think you can actually see a diagram, like the part where you can see the placements of the decals, and you could see what it looks like here. And obviously, if you had the regular 100 scale version, the old one, you know what you're talking about. But I'm going to make sure I cover all my bases here. So we got these two parts here for the hydraulics. This section here, just in case. This little connection here, back here, the lumbar area. This part here, these two little parts. Clearly the umbilical in the calf leg right here. It's going to be covered up partially, but you know, you never know. This section here will be covered up by the thigh armor, and I may end up painting certain areas here. I don't know. I know that this is going to be another color tone. I don't know. Just trying to avoid taking the thing apart too much. I know that certain areas are going to be removed, but we'll see where we go with that. I'm going to paint it the next color tone, which is going to be MS Xeonic Gray. And this is a lighter tone, which hopefully will show a little bit better, because there are certain areas that I'm going to be showing off. Like this little section here I'm going to mask off so you can show the detail there. The Tekadon symbol would not be painted, but that's something if I can actually get a little, like, I don't know, maybe some mark, you know, like a panel line marker would probably be good. This will be the other color tone. This will be the other color tone. This will be the other color tone. This may be, but then again, this one's like show off so much detail in this that you want to paint a different color. I'm been slowly avoiding chrome, considering that you have chrome here and here and here and there and there and over here. So I've been avoiding that, and I'm definitely going to probably end up using the other color just for that. There's nothing around here that I could show. Let me take off the weaponry, because there is other things I need to show off. Let me just put this guy back on here. And let me put you back into position. Ah! Get over here. There we go. Just put you back there for now. Now, I have been masking off a lot of parts here. Let me just show you. Let's bend down here so you guys can see this. I've been masking off the gray parts in areas so I can paint another light grayish tone, like this part here for the side calf armor. The gun, just basically want to paint that the other gray color, covered that up. I haven't masked this off yet. I'm going to figure, I'm going to probably end up removing this and then just painting that inside, and then wrap that around, paint that in as well. The actual main gun was a pain in the ass to do, but for this I am not doing all gray. As a matter of fact, this will be gray in the bottom, gray, but this will be white. These areas, that's gray, that's gray, that's gray, that's gray, and then of course everything around here going around, and then up to here. Masking tape keeps coming off, so I gotta remind myself to, before I start painting, bring it down. I've been thinking of maybe painting it black as these vents here. I don't know. This whole area will be gray. Actually, no, that will not be gray, because then it will not look good with the cannons. So I better mask this off regardless of the case. Now, oh, that's right, but I'm pulling this out, and this will be gray. But then I'll have to mask this whole second off. Alright. This is a cool idea, but it's also a little time consuming. The sword, the hammer mace, I covered the entire section here so I can paint this the light grayish tone, while the darker showing off on the edge of the blade, followed by the wrappings of this. I don't think there's anything else I'm going to be masking off for the gray areas, for the dark gray area, except for this one, which I haven't worked on it yet. I've been trying to figure how to do this one though. So I don't know if I should mask everything on the inside and leave this exposed to painted dark gray. Sorry, light gray. But then it will probably be, I don't know, should light be on the outside and then dark inside, or dark be on the outside and light inside? I think the dark would look better, and then leave the light and leave a lighter tone. But then again, I would have to mask off all this around up to the edge. So that means I have to put one strip cut this off, peel, and then that's it. And then this one, we'll have to go through all the edges there. That's going to be a little time consuming. Let me see if I can pull that off. While I was doing that, I was looking at the other parts, and the one thing that I realized that also, maybe I should also do the armored parts as well. So I began to mask off the other white tones, the darker tone, or darker white tones. And like this part here, that still goes in the calf leg, this area, and then paint that color. This one for the cannon, just paint that there. Was thinking of this, but I'd probably end up kind of lining it. This one here for this, the sections there. I know there's these big parts here, but I've decided to do this one, and now realizing this, I'm going to mask this whole thing off so I can paint this little notch there. We have this section here for the back, this little part there. I'm just doing these two here and here because this is going to be like this, and there's a lot of detail around this area, so I don't know if I should continue on, but yeah, we'll leave it the way it is. This one's for the back of the part of the leg, but this part here, I actually spray painted this edge here because when it goes on top of this other part, it doesn't look right with all that white there. So that's done with that. A little notch there, just little things that I can grab and paint on its own. The one thing that I was going to do was the arms, but when you look at the side of the parts of the arms, there. Actually, if I can look up there in the manual, you have like the leading edge of the arms. There's sections there that pops through. I could have easily done that. I'm thinking about that. I'm not too 100% sure if I should paint that little notch there. These are already has that little notch there, so I don't have to worry about it. Been thinking of maybe masking off this area and this area so that I can paint that color, paint that a tone of gray. That's already covered right there. Maybe the red part there, but then I think that has some masking, pre-shading already done. Thinking of this one also to be consistent with this, so that's another part right there. Didn't see any detail there. Yeah, and then of course there's the calf armor right there. There's a notch there. Already got that there. And I think under the arm there's a little notch there. Not in the blue, I'm not going to do. And back at the shoulder there's that little strip there. As a matter of fact, I am within arm's length of that shoulder armor. I'm thinking of maybe masking this off so I can paint this strip and then that little notch there and there. I'm leaving this alone. That's going to be regular panel lined, but this will be separate painting. But for me to do all this is a lot of masking. Absolutely a tremendous amount of masking. So I'm going to do another change up with this, and then once I finish masking everything, including the inner frame, we'll then begin with this and maybe another layer of color. I do have to paint this guy neon green to bring out the lights, the eyes. I don't think I'm going to paint the red parts that show through the armor because they're nice and clear as well. So, but I'm actually thinking something else, which is an interesting trick that I'm going to try. I don't know if this will work or not, but I'll surprise you guys. I'll surprise you. Yeah, this is pretty fun to work on this. I'm really liking how everything's coming out, as long as I keep it consistent, don't deviate, concentrate, don't make a mess. I gave you guys a couple of days break, but now let's get to work. Let's get this kit done. Not done. We're not done yet. We're halfway done, because we need to do other things to make this kit even better.